All right, child, I'm gonna end this motherfucker like I always do. Showing love and shouting out. And today I want to shout out the first black heavyweight champion of the world, Jack Johnson. I've watched as many Jack Johnson fights as I can find. They're old, they're grainy, but they're incredible. Because Jack Johnson fought at a different time. Today, when you're a top tier heavyweight, you're about going 10 rounds. If it's a title fight, it's going 12 rounds. In Ali's day, a title fight went 15. And normal top tier heavyweight fight that wasn't a title fight went 12. And Jack Johnson's day, they were out there 20 rounds and shit. They were out there getting it in. Jack Johnson was fighting in the early 1900s. You think it's fucked up for black people right now? Go read your history book about the early 1900s. Shit, this pre Harlem Renaissance, hell. And even after that, we were catching hell. But like he was in the thick of that shit. Okay, when he would fight and defeat a white opponent, people would get lynched in the United States. Motherfuckers were bringing tools to the fight to shoot him. This man faced down America, really faced down the world in the notion of white supremacy, which was a notion held by the majority. Now, folks want to say today that's not a majority opinion in America. I hope it's not, but it definitely was then. Presidents were openly white supremacists then. Like I take Teddy Roosevelt, president of the United States from 1901 to 1909. Like he said, it would take 1,000 years for black people to attain the intellect that white people have. Jack Johnson was beating motherfuckers' ass in that climate. Well, a president of the United States will openly say shit like that. He was the man back then. He was the man in the world that produced Woodrow Wilson, president from 1913 to 1921, and shit, segregated federal offices, who thought The Birth of a Nation was a splendid movie that told the truth. Hey, and I'm not talking about that new version, Birth of a Nation, not the one about Nat Turner. Look up the old Birth of a Nation. That's a movie that glamorizes the Ku Klux Klan. That's Jack Johnson's America, okay? And he didn't give a fuck. He didn't give a fuck. He declared he was gonna be a man and shit. That what the fuck he did. At a time when you get your ass killed for any slight disrespect of a white person, that man was knocking motherfuckers out, talking his shit, flexing, be in the ring, laughing at motherfuckers while he beating your ass. He ain't giving shit. And so I wanted to shout him out because this past week, or earlier this previous week, it was his birthday. And some come across my timeline and just was thinking about, damn, what courage it took to just do your job well at that time. His job was to win fights, but to win fights would put his life on the line, man. Like, think about that. Just to be good at something, you risking your life, man, as a black man. Jack Johnson didn't give a shit though. He amazed even the great Muhammad Ali, who once said about Jack Johnson. Ali said, I'm bad. I know I'm bad, but he was crazy." Because his point was he was doing all this. Ali, stood up to America, but Ali, being humble, is like, when he did it, he got the black Muslims with him. He got and in that same climate, you got Malcolm X, you got H. Rap Brown, you got Angela Davis, and you got and I can expand on what he said. You got Core, you got Dr. King in them, it's about SCLC. Like, you got a movement that's with you. Y'all saw the legendary picture of Bill Russell and Kareem and all them kids, Jim Brown. Man, Jack Johnson was kind of like solo dolo. And didn't give a fuck about it. I'm gonna be me, I'm gonna be a free man. I'm gonna beat y'all ass and laugh about it. Like his reign as champ is where that whole term Great White Hope came from. Cause they racists were just hoping they could find some man to beat them and try to restore order, restore the idea of white supremacy. Look him up. It's a great documentary on him. I think it might be a Ken Burns joint with Ken Burns. I told you, if Ken Burns does a documentary on you, you ask somebody. He's probably the GOAT documentarian. He's amazing. Shout out to Ken Burns. But check that out, man. If you love boxing or if you just love history, somebody, especially black history, check out the Jack Johnson documentary. Hell, I think it's even on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken. So check that out and learn something about one of the most fascinating figures really in American history. First black heavyweight champion, Jack Johnson. Long live the king. You feel me? And also, I would like to do a personal shout out uh, to Mr. Rixie Mackey. Mr. Rixie Mackey was my wife's stepfather. Uh, he passed away uh, yesterday. And, my wife is taking it very hard. My mother in law, especially, taking it hard. My daughter, y'all know my real ones, y'all know my son got autism. And so he kind of I guess that's one of the good things about it, I guess, because he kind of oblivious to certain things. Again, I think, but because he can't tell me at this point. He's getting better with talking, but definitely my daughter is being just, fucked up about it because, they called him Papa. Like, he was their granddaddy, basically. He wasn't their biological granddaddy, but he was the one that was around them. And he loved my children. He definitely loved my children. Uh he and my mother-in-law lived with us for past several years. Um, since it was hard for her to take care of him alone out there in the country where they lived. So Uh, this was a very independent man, well into his old age. I would say shit up until his up until he suffered a stroke. I want to say, but shit, that was deep in his 70s. Like this man was an independent man, to myself. I know it was tough on him, when he started to lose some of that independence and stuff like that. But I wanted to shout him out on my sports show because that's one of the things he would always talk to me about when he was well. He would talk to me about sports figures from his day. Now he was born in 1933. Now I just talked to y'all about Jack Johnson, but his favorite heavyweight was Joe Louis. You know what I'm saying? Who was the next black heavyweight champion after Jack Johnson, who was like he was had to be the opposite of Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson was boisterous and like I say, we laugh at his opponents and everything like that. Well, Joe Louis had to be humble and everything like that. They really didn't want to give another black person a chance after Jack Johnson, but Joe Louis stepped into that. And then Joe Louis ended up, with crossover appeal. And he ended up being beloved by white America and black America, especially after he whooped up on Max Schmeller. And so Mr. Mackey loved Joe Louis. I remember why I was one of the things I did with him before he really, really got sick and he really couldn't even come out of the room. I was watching Joe Louis fight with him. And on YouTube, just pulled it up on the TV. And he was just amazed by it because he remembered as a boy, just listening to it with his pops. So for him to be able to see what he listened to, it was real dope, what I'm saying, taking him back to his childhood. And then we watched the Ali fight, and so he remembered that from he was a man then, so he actually was remembering that Ali era. So it was just dope to go back and look at. But he also would always talk about baseball. He would talk about baseball a lot. Talk about Willie Mays and Satchel Paige, uh, and all those guys, man, that he just amazed by. Jackie Robinson, you know what I'm saying? And just he was amazed by what they did at that time. Uh, he was a very, very light skinned man, but he's the real embodiment of that one drop rule, you know what I'm saying? Because he was like he felt it. He left Mississippi and moved out to California, and he experienced racism out there, you know what I'm saying? He went to the military, you know what I'm saying? He saw it there, He's a Korean War veteran. Uh, he's just tough, man. It's tough. His older years, he ended up loving the Golden State Warriors. Because when he moved to California, he moved to the Bay Area. Uh, so he just fell in love with the Golden State Warriors, especially Steph and Clay. And even my mother-in-law, she ended up loving the Warriors as well. And I think they had some great days rooting for the Warriors, man. So it's just tough, And I know throughout the show, what I'm saying, I might not have shown it, what I'm saying, 'cause I'm gonna do my job. I'm gonna do my job. You feel me? And then some of the stuff that I'm thinking about, I hadn't even been thinking about for quite some time now, because of numerous things that have transpired. But y'all real ones, I say, man, y'all, be present with your people, man, 'cause death fucked up, man. I say that, but we don't understand it. we don't understand it. Hell, it might be glorious, you know. It might be glorious, but on this side of it is fucked up. You know, so I want to shout him out. Shout out Mr. Rixie Mackey. He definitely loves sports. And he loved my kids. I appreciate all y'all fucking with me. Please continue to do so. Please follow me across all social media platforms. Y'all see it down there in the description. Also follow Statement Tees on Facebook and Instagram. You know, to my that Statement Tees, every t-shirt you wear makes a statement. Be down with all things IG entertainment. You know, to my appreciate all y'all that goddamn fucked with my take about Will Smith and Chris Rock just being 100. You know, it rough for some folks, fellas, but I don't give a fuck. I'm just being 100. You feel me? But y'all know, you know, watch out for everything I be dropping. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of stuff on the way. You feel me? And I apologize, you know, for getting emotional right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying not to do that. I did my job. You know, my wife really wanted me to work today. She didn't want me not to work. Let me put it like that. You know, my little babe, she down with me. You feel me? So she wanted me to push through. And we got it done. Another episode 98. Damn near to 100. That's because of y'all. That's because of God. You feel me? So stay down with me, y'all. Help me. We will change the world. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. One. My kids wanted me to tell y'all to make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me across all social media platforms, like the videos, and share them. Did I forget anything?
And turn on the post notifications.
Y'all heard them. And also, visit StatementTeesLLC.com and shop with us. That's Statement Tees. Every t-shirt you wear
makes a statement.